Welcome to the Fox-Mann-Fam channel. Today we're going to do a little bit of sewing. I'm going to repair this Squishmallow. It has a damaged seam. While I am repairing this, Bǎi Rén is going to repair this. Oh my. We're going to use a ladder stitch, which is sometimes referred to as an invisible stitch because then it'll be concealed and hidden. I'll do it on the stuffed animal so that it, looks a little nicer because I have experience. Bǎi Rén will do it on the dog toy because, the dog's just gonna savage it and eviscerate it again anyway. So, first step.
Attack.
Oh, open the box of sewing goodness.
Oh my gosh.
We have to get some thread that matches what we're working on. For sewing, you're going to need your thread, your needle. You want a scissors that's good enough that it will cut the thread clean. You don't have little strands because your thread is not just one strand. It looks like one strand,
a bunch of tiny
strands wound together.
Tiny little.
Yeah, those. And so you need a needle. Okay, you're gonna cut off thread first. So what I like to do is I stick the needle in my clothes.
That was painful. You stuck the needle in my clothes.
Stuck the needle in your clothes. That way it doesn't get lost anywhere. It's attached to you at all times. You have it in case you need it.
Cut the string right here.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take off a big piece of. You don't need to cut it off yet because you can use the freshly cut end. So you're gonna take off. Where's my thread? Okay, there it is. So I've got this hole, and I want the hole to be big enough. Oh, I have a needle on here already. Big enough to cover that space twice, plus allow room for knots. Back in the old days, people had to be much, much, much more careful about not wasting thread because it was expensive and people didn't have a lot of money.
How much of this thread do you think I'm gonna need?
So,
I'm gonna keep winding it until you say when.
Okay, so let's see, how big is that hole? You're gonna really need to fix this whole section. So, you got a tail there. So let's cut it here. It's better to have it a little too long than a little too short.
Art thou okay?
Yeah. I almost dropped it on the dog, which was really my concern.
Take this.
Alright, so now you're going to use the freshly cut end and thread it through your needle. I'm actually going to thread this with fresh stuff. And different kinds of threads have different qualities. I'm using kind of a satin thread here, which would not be ideal for something that's going to need to hold a lot of weight, like a real heavy fabric. There's also like coat and upholstery thread.
I got it.
Excellent, you are awesome.
Do you want
so thread it and get it down. The knot's going to go at the end because the knot's what's going to hold in the fabric.
Alright, first try.
Excellent. Just pull it so that it's even. You've got the two ends together. Yes, Toby, you are so good. Please don't lick the needle. It is sharp. So then you're
I
just...
think that's enough.
Because... Oh, yeah, maybe it is. Alright. So then you're going to make a loop and tuck back through the loop for a knot. Also, it's often referred to as a stopping knot. Now, my thread is really thin, and so I'm actually going to do it a second time to make the knot a little bit bigger. That's the hardest part for me on this, is making the knot big enough, because a lot of times I miss and I put the knot in a different spot. It's like, no, that's not where the knot was supposed to be. Oh, okay. Yeah, and anytime I need to set the needle down, I just stick it in my clothes. That way, it never gets left on the floor or anything. So,
good point.
So you're gonna come up to your area where there's a problem.
We're gonna have a problem here.
And
yeah, that's definitely enough.
And right before the problem, you're going to tuck your needle in from the inside. So we're going to bring it from the right side of that, or we're going to be attaching to that left side of that seam from the inside.
So here?
Yep. That way the knot will be on the inside.
Should I just string it all the way in?
Yep, pull it till it hits the knot. See if you can pull.
That's enough.
Yes, excellent.
And then I just go.
Okay, so actually what you're going to do, let me show you on mine first. So you are going to insert your needle so that it's parallel to the hole that you're fixing, in the direction you're going. Let me. It'll be easier if I show you than just tell you. So
right.
No, so that'd be the hole goes this direction. So I'm going to actually insert the needle in this direction, going the direction I'm going. Take the needle and just poke it through to grab a little of the fabric. You go in and out, like that.
Oh, so that seems easy. So in and out.
Yep, so that's just grabbing a little bit of the fabric. And you're going to pull it gently. You're not going to pull it snug yet. You're going to cross over to the other side and you're going to grab a little bit.
So we're doing the same thing? Roughly?
Yep, same thing. And you're just going to do this all the way down. And if it's a short hole...
So should I just do it over here?
Let's see, where are you? You're here. You're not here. So yeah, you're going to go over here. You're going to grab a little bit going that direction. So remember, you're going in the direction that the needle, or that you're repairing in. Okay.
It's a bit easier for me, yeah. So do I just keep going?
Yep, you can just keep going.
Do I just switch over every single time?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Go from one side. It's sometimes referred to as a ladder stitch because if you don't pull it through, you'll see lines that may look like a ladder. And I've seen some really great videos online where people will use a contrasting color, so they're fixing something that's black and they're using white or red thread. Mm-hmm. And they'll wait until they've gone all the way up the seam and then they will pull it snug and you'll see it close and the contrasting thread vanishes. You can't see it anymore.
Wow.
I'm not that good a seamstress, so while I may be able to conceal it entirely, I may not. So that's why I chose a color that is close.
Still, you should try it.
So
how am I doing?
Good, you're doing really good. My repair is done. I can see it. It's right here.
I probably won't be.
But, honestly, compared to some of these are actually naturally just kind of, actually, some of them are jankier than mine, so mine is not bad.
Okay. How do I stop this now?
How do I stop? Okay, make sure you've pulled snug. Excellent. Okay, and it's all snug. Mm-hmm. So you're going to snip the thread, hold on to it so it doesn't recoil. We're going to snip it way up close here. And then you're just going to tie a square knot that's snug to the fabric, and then you'll clip off the tail. And then it's done, and you can give that back to the dogs. And this little dude can go back to your room and meet the bloha.
That light was very useful.
Oh, do you want it back?
Yeah, I'd like that back.
I'm still seeing stars from looking straight at it. So.
Seeing stars? I don't see anything.
Sorry, I'm seeing black spots in my vision.
Snip it up here.
There you go. It's all done.
See, that's not a lot of our leftovers thread. But in the 1800s, they'd be like, ah!
You did great.
Thank you.
All right. This can go back to the dogs.
Hey, Dobie. Dobie.
Oh, hang on. Let me see that on the camera. I forgot. I was looking at it with my eyes and not the camera. Nice work.
Probably not the best. I can still see an area right here.
But that's okay for your first shot. That's excellent. That's why I had you do the dog toy and I did yours. All right. Thank you.
You're
We learned a skill. Thanks for joining us.